As long as the guards walked in and they couldn't find the transmitter, they couldn't actually prove you're broadcasting, even though they might have been sitting outside the door listening to you. Mid-70s, there was an increasing younger population. There was a change in culture. This new rock era was coming. Bands were coming through, Thin Lizzy, U2, and there was no real outlet for these. There was no real outlet for music. So by the mid to late 70s, hobby stations began to open. If they weren't able to seize what was known as crystals in the transmitter, they couldn't prove they were actually broadcasting. So the equipment could be used for anything else, like training DJs, anything else other than broadcasting. Pirates became emboldened and they began to broadcast 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and it became presenter driven. So names were starting to emerge, the likes of Jerry Ryan, Dave Fanning, Declan Meehan. In '79 you had a plethora of stations. Everybody could set up, it was a free-for-all. And a few of them were starting to make money. This made the government even more nervous. They were starting to sell advertising and it was impacting on RTE, on their ratings. Some of the bigger stations, they were so successful they had to stay almost on the right side of the law. They became kind of quasi-legal, whereas they were paying PAYE, they were paying PRSI, they were paying IMRO, paying PPI, and they were paying their staff. About the mid-80s, there could have been at least 200 stations on the air in Ireland between FM, AM and shortwave. Some stations went out in a blaze of glory. They knew it was the end. They weren't going to be applying for a legal license. They hadn't got the know-how. They didn't have the financial backing. There was tears in some stations. It was breaking up. It was the end of an empire for some of them. Some closed at 6 o'clock, some closed at 9 o'clock, some closed at midnight. One or two stayed on and held the pirate radio flag aloft. Still, like a lot of your household names on television and radio today, all got their start in pirate radio. Names like Brian Dobson, RTE, Mark Cagney, TV3, or Virgin as it is now, Aidan Cooney. You know, there was a huge media industry created by the pirates. Still, a lot of them involved today. A lot of them got the start there, and they can be very thankful looking back at the pirates, what they've done for them.